So this is the side panel from the rear passenger area in my 4Runner. This is off of the driver's side. I started looking at this panel and this side got really beat up. I used to haul a bunch of steel from the steel yard in the back of the 4Runner, and things would get shoved in diagonal in the bed, kind of from the passenger side over to the driver's side. And sometimes the guys at the steel yard would shove things in to the point that it banged into this panel here. You can see the oil stains from the steel and how it's cut in there. Originally I thought it was just cosmetic on the surface, and then on the back side there's basically a hardboard material, and you can see how the hardboard has been broken there. I must have had some water leaks with the old SoftTop over the years, so you can see how this area has been water damaged. You can see how warped it is. After looking at this one, and then I've got the other one here, show you the other panel. This is the one off the passenger side. This is where the front seat belt retractor is behind here. Here's the gas tank filler, and then you've got the rear passenger seat belt, and then there's the little storage compartment there. You can see how this one's also been water damaged, so I probably had some water leaks with the old SoftTop that I didn't really know about. By the time I looked at both of these, I just decided, let's just replace these two. I've replaced the two plastic side panels in the bed area, and then now I've got these two things that are looking pretty shabby, so I just decided to take these panels out. I picked up 2 quarter sheets of plywood and then just traced out here around the hardboard, and then also punched where the plastic push pin holes are. And then I'll show you in a separate video how I removed the storage cubbies. I also removed the seat belt retractor trim there. So I'll be putting a cutout in the plywood panels for the storage cubby in there. I'm not going to be putting the seat belt retractors in the back since I have the rear seats out, but I am going to be marking the location of that cutout. I'll keep the plastic pieces, and if I ever do want to put the rear seats back in, I can just cut out that hole, drop the plastic trim in there, and then bolt the seat belts in place. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to shoot this video clip to show you where I started. I thought I had shot this clip earlier, but I can't find the footage that I shot. I took these out earlier in the year, and I'll show you some clips of how I made the plywood side panels. But then in the meantime, I wanted to get the rear speakers replaced and run new speaker cables, and then I've also been running wires and whatnot down the sides of the bed while all the panels are out. I've got the rear panels out and then these front panels out, so now the whole bed side is open, and I want to just get all the wires that I need to run in there and get everything tied up with zip ties so it's all neat and contained. Because yeah, in the past I've just kind of reached in behind these panels and just sort of shoved wires in, and like I'd reach in through the storage cubby hole there, and then I'd reach in from the front here with one hand coming in this way, and then I'd have one hand coming in this way and try to grab the wire in the middle. And so I had a whole bunch of wires back here in the bed sides that were just a mess, and so I've been cleaning those out, taking out wires I don't need, running new wires that I do need, replacing the speaker wires that were run by a previous owner, and just cleaning everything up. And I'm about to the point where I can start putting the new panels back in, but I wanted to show you where I started with this spring. So anyway, I thought I'd show you the before, and next we'll get into removing these plastic trim pieces. Yeah, we'll take a look at removing this thing next, because that was the first thing I had to do, was get all the plastic trim out of here so that I could trace all the openings onto the plywood. So you kind of have to deconstruct everything. So yeah, we'll take a look at that next. So stay tuned, and as always, thanks for watching.